Welcome, this is WRME Live, wonderful Mustang in Oklahoma City area. I am Christine Surratt. I am one of the realtors here at Weichert Realtors Main Edge, and this is
Elisa, another realtor with Weichert Realtors Main Edge.
who forgot her name badge, so I'm going to pick on her.
Oh, it's numbers.
Okay, but at least you have it on you.
Yeah.
Oh, sort of. Okay, Carl is out of town on vacation today. He also took all the fancy gizwizzes that makes the pretty picture pretty. So I'm using what I have. So Carl, I know you're watching. Shush. And today we're mostly going to be talking about termite certificates. We've had a lot of questions in the last week or so. Realtors, buyers, sellers, what's the termite process? What are these termite certificates? And more importantly, what the ODAF? What is an ODAF? In short, the ODAF is a termite certificate, but there's more than one. Lisa, what do you think is the important part about getting a termite inspection?
Well, I did have, we've had several termite inspections in our career so far. So a few termite inspectors have actually said to me before, if you have not ever had termites in your home in Oklahoma, you just wait because you will. It's kind of like just a normal thing for us because we just have that kind of, they love our dirt here.
Yep. It's a matter of when rather than if.
Exactly. And it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. You get it treated and they go away and it's done. So
yeah.
It's not really ever a huge deal. Some people do freak out, but it's nothing to freak out about.
Let's just start out. Most cases when you have a termite certificate is when you're about to buy a house. In that case, most loan types require it. We know FHA and VA do. They are mandatory. You have to have it to prove that the property is safe, sound, and secure. Mm-hmm. And now certain types of conventional loans will require it. The ones that have lower down payments, like 5%, 3.5%, usually require a higher credit score, but talk to your lender. But most home types require it. We had an all brick house, 2 years ago? Well, at least a year ago. All brick. The only wood on it was like in the roof. They did a termite inspection before it hit the market. No termites. 2 weeks before close, buyer does his own inspection. Termites. Turns out there was lumber by the back garage. Mm-hmm. Just long enough for termites to get there, and they started making their way up to the roof. Because termites were found in lumber and signs of it trying to get to the house, it had to be treated professionally, which added to the seller's expense, but it brought a lot of peace of mind to the buyer.
Mm-hmm. And when you're selling your home, that's just something you have to do. You've got to take care of it. If you have termites, you've got to get it taken care of. And that's just part of selling your house. That's mm-hmm. just something you got to do. So.
Especially if you're trying to market your house to the most common loan type in the USA, which is the FHA loan. Mm-hmm. I know for sure it's over 90% of all loans currently being done are FHA. I want to say it's closer to 95, but I'd have to double check. And then after that it's VA and then an assortment of conventionals, which Lord knows how many different types there are of conventional.
Now, don't you think people that do like even an all cash deal, they should go ahead and get a termite inspection as well?
That's my bias. Even if you're buying the house as is, it's just wiser to know what you're getting into. Is it only this one corner and it's going to be easy to treat? Or did it actually make its way up to the rafters and the roof is about to fall in?
Right. You want to get it all checked out.
Mm-hmm. If nothing else, it better prepares you, or it'll give you some power to negotiate a lower offer in the investor realm. Because if it's about to fall over because of the termites, even as is, they'll understand that just increased the amount of repairs and time significantly.
Exactly. And use a professional.
Oh gosh.
Don't try to go to your local store and buy the material and just use a professional. They know what they're doing. They see it all the time. They can spot it quickly and easily and get it fixed.
As far as inspections, absolutely. It's just wiser, and it varies between 70, and if you got a really big house, it can be like 150. unless you're in the really, really, really big, like in the jumbo loan variety, that's like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 square feet. It's going to be more, but you kind of expect it more square feet. But what happens if termites are found? If you have an FHA,
I'm scared.
we're just like, oh God. Okay. One, if you have an FHA or a VA loan, you have to have a termite inspection done by a professional. It gets put on a form called an ODAF. Oklahoma Department of, I studied it this morning, now I can't remember. But it is a required form, and it's called the ODAF. It just officially states that a proper professional has looked at the property, done everything that he could to find if there are active or signs of previously active termites. If there's nothing, great. The seller and buyer move on with the transaction. If there are, according to the Oklahoma Real Estate Commission's purchase contract, the seller has to pay for termite repairs as far as the treatment of. And most people kind of forget that. Well, most realtors put it in there as kind of a courtesy and a reminder and a comfort to buyers when they do a purchase contract. But if termites are found, you have to do another form, also called an ODAF. It's called an ODAF 2. I wonder why.
ODAF 1? ODAF 2.
Yes. And what we've had concerns with recently is that what if the seller wants to just do the treatment himself? I believe the appropriate term is, oh, heck no? No. Because, again, these lenders that required the ODAF 1 will demand an ODAF 2. And if you do it yourself and then they don't accept it, which I guarantee you they won't accept a home done certificate, you just spent that money and then you've got to spend even more money to get it properly done.
Right. The lenders will require a professional to treat the home in order to give you that ODAT 2 form. Mm-hmm. That's who will give you the form. The professional will. You can't just print it off online and fill it out and turn it in.
Mm-hmm. Now, a quick note as far as the ODAF 2, check with your lender, because some lenders require that whoever did the termite inspection has to be different from whoever does the termite treatment. It's not very common, but occasionally there's a lender that says that there has to be a nonpartisan, where I'm guessing there's a shady story out there where someone claimed there's termites just to get paid to do treatment. But in most cases, these people realize how liable they'll be for these termite inspections, and they don't want that. Yeah. They're smart. They don't want to do that. So just keep in mind, if you have any concerns about getting the termites treated, check with the lender. They probably will be very upfront with, oh yeah, if they need to be treated, we need the same. It doesn't have to be same guy, or it absolutely has to be a different guy. Just find out. One phone call. You'll get your answers pretty quickly. Okay. Does that cover pretty much the ODAFs?
I think so.
We're checking our fancy piece of paper.
Questions or?
I got a lot of people going, shush. Yes, I have the ability to read. Nuke them. Oh, yes, I am all for that. Burn, baby, burn, as long as it's only the termites. We don't want a house to burn. We like the house.
Yeah, we like the house. Mm-hmm. That's how we're buying it.
Yep. Oh, let's see. Well, I guess that's all 5 comments at this time. So if you have any questions as far as from a buyer perspective on termite certificates, it's mostly, to recap, it's mostly protection, getting approved for your loan, and it's, for the most part, that covers it for the buyer. It's protecting you buying a new home. You don't want to have to deal with it as soon as you get in, and of course getting qualified for loan. And for sellers, it's kind of wise to do it up front, especially if you've lived in the property a while.
Ooh, and there are some companies that will do a free inspection for sellers too.
Oh.
So they will go in, check the property for termites, and if they have termites, the seller can get it treated up front instead of waiting until they have a buyer come along and waiting until that all happens.
It's definitely beneficial from a seller's perspective to get an inspection done beforehand if you have the time. And I didn't know there's occasional companies that did it for free. Mm-hmm. But even at $70 to 100 some odd, which most of them are closer to 70. That's great preventative, and you can actually use that to kind of say that, hey, as long as it's within, I want to say per ORC guidelines, as long as it's within like 60 or 90 days, it covers the property, and if you want, you can allow the buyer to use it. I double check that with ORC. I believe that's correct though. I'd still wise, just like I mentioned, that house, they did it beforehand, was on the market not very long, and they then found termites by a separate inspector. It worked out for them. And it didn't do any structural damage, but because termites were found in lumber near the property, it still needed to be treated. It protected the buyer, and the seller was as prepared as possible. He just forgot to move the lumber. We're human, we forget. Okay, well, as far as our main topic, I think that's covered. Got any notes to add to it besides a random free inspection? Okay, sorry, I'm a Gabby Gertie, bear with me. And now, before we end the video, I want to let you guys know that this coming Tuesday, oh goodness, what is that date? Sorry, I'm 7 months pregnant. It's a miracle I can remember what my name is.
Well, I have no excuse.
You have no excuse, Elisa.
The 13th.
The 13th, Tuesday the 13th at 6 o'clock, we are having our recruitment meeting. So if you are interested in real estate or interested in just learning more about Weichert or pretty much anything real estate-y, our big company or anything like that, please give us a call at 405-445-7522. I think option 2 gets you to the office. Just RSVP. You can bring your spouse, you can bring your friend that might be interested as well.
And can't they come to the meeting at 5 too? If they want?
Oh yeah, they're more than welcome to come to the meeting at 5.
We just kind of have like a power.
You're not required to if you would feel awkward.
That's true.
But we would definitely.
Good information to have, and it's kind of more fun. And
it is a lot more fun, yeah. And it's a good way to kind of meet us before the recruitment actual meeting. Yeah. Yeah, but we would love for you guys to give us a call again, 405-445-7522. I probably said that too quickly.
Yeah. They can slow it down and rewind it. So.
We have the technology. And just let us know you're coming. We want to make sure that we have enough time, enough supplies and materials, and that you're taken care of properly. We'd love to have a head count, or at least a rough one, if you don't mind. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening to today's show. I've made Lisa extremely awkward. It's my job in life. It makes me so happy. And but thank you guys for listening, and I guess we'll see you, or you guys will see Carl sometime next week, about 9 o'clock on Friday. Y'all have a great week.
Bye.